Feeling good. Yeah, feeling good and take it one day at a time.
What, is next week the week that you'll pick up the football and throw football?
Yes, sir. Still playing.
So that's still May. I mean, does that mean that we'd always heard June, first week of June. Does that mean that you're a little bit ahead of things?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure, like, in terms of, the timeline and are we on schedule, but we've just been taking it, from what the physical therapist, surgeon, what they've said, what it looks like with guys that they've worked on, like, hey, this is like the next step, and we've just been following the plan, and really it's just how your arm feels on a day-to-day basis and a week-to-week basis, and you go from there and you make decisions from there, so that's just where we're at. So.
Kyle said he was optimistic that you'd be ready week 1. Are you feeling like that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure, like I feel good, arm is feeling good. So to say I'm gonna be ready by this time, we're not trying to label any kind of timeline like that. For sure though, like that's a goal, right? To you want to be ready for the season, and if that's the case, great. But like I said, we're just staying one day at a time. Don't want to say anything that we regret down the road or whatever. So.
How hard has it been to balance recovery and really wanting to get out in the field with everybody?
Yeah, I mean it's just been sort of new to me. It's my first time going through a rehab from a surgery and all that, and so it's the off season, so it was fine doing the workouts and everything, getting back into it. But then once you see guys starting to practice and stuff like that and watch, and it's like, man, you want to be out there. For sure, that's just the competitive side of it. But I'm still able to watch the film, be in the meetings, learn and grow, and see what I did last year and learn from the good and the bad. So still taking a lot of good things out of the off season.
Brock, January 29th, and you had to wait till March 10th to have surgery. What were the emotions like during that time? You seemed to have some anxiety as far as what the future held?
Now for me, I knew everything was gonna work out how it needed to. In the moment, it was all right. What do I have to do next? What's surgery look like, and when is that gonna be? That's just what I was more focused on. Not what is my future gonna consist of or anything like that. I'm at peace with whatever happens, God willing, and everything falls into place where it needs to. So I wasn't trying to focus too far into the future with anything like that.
You mentioned you were able to look back at the good and bad from last year. When you went and watched yourself, what did you see on either side of those things?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, the good, just in terms of, having confidence, man, playing this level, you gotta have confidence in going in and being consistent, I feel like those are things, when I first went in, I just stuck to what Kyle was coaching me on, and then, as I started playing and stuff, there's times where you wanna make some plays and things like that, and you sort of get out of what they're coaching, and so, I feel like playing within what they're coaching and just playing consistent ball, as an NFL quarterback, I think that's something that I can for sure work on, and I watched the film and with Kyle and Greasy and all of them, and they all say the same thing. So those are just some things that I took away from last year and what I got to work on.
Your thinking is mostly forward of what's going on, but rehab time gives you idle time, and I'm just curious as to, did you have much time to reflect from what happened to you from the point of the draft all the way to the end of the season when you got hurt against the Eagles? I mean, all those events.
Yeah.
It must be pretty remarkable to even sit back and take all that in.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely had some time to just reflect on everything, especially after once we knew when I was getting the surgery and all that, got it all settled. And then just took some time. But yeah, from last year, or what is that, almost a year and a half ago of finishing my senior year of college, and then trying to scratch and claw my way into making a team, and then all the way up until the NFC Championship. So for me, man, I was just seeing how good God was, and it is, and just seeing how great of a story he can create with anybody, and obviously for myself, being thankful for the way things have turned out, and the things that I've learned along the way with just adversity and trying to make the team and trying to do good in preseason games, and then once my opportunity to come week 13, taking advantage of that opportunity. So there's so many things that have happened within the last year, and the off season was great. Just to take a step back, reflect on everything, and be thankful. So
you can see you gesturing with your arm. I think even at the Giants game on TV, you were pretty soon after surgery. You were kind of moving it around. Yep. In real life, is there any limitations? Anything that you're experiencing where you can't do that right?
I mean, after surgery, you get out of the brace and everything like that. you just gotta regain your strength and start lifting and doing things like that, so, yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't know, do something crazy, I'm lifting something heavy after surgery, but, you know, the last month or so, it's been regaining your strength and, yeah, I'm lifting and doing everything normal now, so it's feeling good, and, I feel like I can do everything around the house now, so, yeah.
Brock, in March, both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch said that John's words were, "You're the leader in the clubhouse as far as being the starter to open the season if you're healthy." How did you take that? And I'm sure they obviously told you the same things. Like, what did that do to your mindset to hear that vote of confidence from both of them?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just try to focus on where I'm at right now. For me, it's get my arm healthy, to say all these things and say, you want to be this kind of guy, that kind of guy, the team. I think that's just, in a sense, foolish just for myself to think like that. Like, for me, I come into work every day trying to get my arm right, try to be around the guys, and do what it takes to win, We want to win Super Bowl here, and that's simple as that. And so, for me, I just do my job, and everything else falls into place. But, I'm just trying to be present. I'm not trying to get caught up in rumors and what people are saying or anything like that. So, but the fact that I'm gonna say that, yeah, for sure, I'm appreciative and to see what we did last year and, winning 12 games in a row and everything that we, as a team, it was a great accomplishment. So, we just want to build off that momentum.
Brock, what's the quarterback room dynamic like now with Sam in there, Brandon in there, and Trey? Is Greasy running? Like, how vocal, I guess, are you if you're not out there on the field?
No, yeah, it's the dynamic is great. Brandon has played numerous amount of years, and his experience with Joe Burrow has been great to have him come in and see how he thinks with football, and obviously Sam, where he's been, and how Josh McCown has helped him out, and then obviously Trey and I have been around Greasy and Kubiak, so I think just all of us as a collective, just understanding what our scheme is, what Kyle is teaching us, and just helping each other out in the meetings and seeing things from different perspectives from all of us. We've all had some kind of experience of playing, so it's been great so far. The dynamic is great. We all get along really well, and I'm really excited, moving forward with this group of guys.
What's your plan for just the rest of this offseason? Will you stay here to do all the rest of your rehab, or will you get away? What's kind of how you lay it out?
Yeah, we got to finish out everything right through OTAs here. See how I feel, but I think the plan would be good back down to Jacksonville with my quarterback guys that I trained with before the draft, Tom Gormelli and Will Hewlett. As I start to throw more, and I want to just make sure my mechanics and everything are right. So go down, work with them for a couple weeks, and then get back here.
Brock, how would you compare where you're at right now mentally in the offense compared to last year at this time?
Yeah, last year, every single night it's like study and sort of stress out about, I got to learn this concept and this one and go run it, at OTAs and try to prove myself to my teammates and coaches. And so obviously this year, I'm not out in the field obviously, but being able to, when a play call comes in and I hear it and I can see it better, like just mentally, and it just happens a little bit quicker. But there's still a lot of details and things that I can clean up just with how I operate and see the defense and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. But I think, like a 90-day difference for sure, coming in as a rookie compared to now.
Was there a certain point last year where you did hit kind of a comfort zone in what you're talking about?
Yeah, I would say during the season compared to off season, just play calls like OTAs camp, you're running, your base plays. During the season, you get into more just scheme of playing defense, and so the plays are different every week. But I feel like the flow, how a play call comes in, being in the huddle, taking command, all that kind of stuff started to click, after, I think, really the Tampa Bay game. And sort of just rolled from there. But, before that, yeah, it's, I think just playing quarterback and leading and talking to guys and communicating, those are all things that people don't really necessarily see that are huge. Just the way your teammates look at you, the confidence in you, that they can sense that you have confidence. So, yeah, I feel like that's an area that I've grown in.
How much does Brian Greasy returning help you in your preparation for season 2?
Oh yeah, it's been great. Really just picking up where we left off last year. Like I said, I always say like his experience, he's been in our shoes, so he's able to relate to a lot of things that, what we're seeing, how we're feeling, situational football, all that stuff. So to pick up the momentum that we had from last year, and then him being able to really, just break down protections and different concepts. Having Greasy in our corner, man, has been a blessing, so he's the man.
Alright, thank you guys.
Thanks, Carson.
Appreciate it, guys.